Hello everyone and welcome to another Final Score, your guide to everything that's happened in the latest ADNOC Pro League match week here in the UAE. Lots to talk about this week and all the games, none of them ended goalless, so we've got every goal for you and every talking point as well. As always, I'm joined in the studio by the legend of UAE football, Ibrahim Diaki, and of course the walking encyclopedia of UAE football, Pedro Correa. Welcome as always, gentlemen. Let's just briefly get your feelings about match week 7 that we're going to look on. It's quite difficult this time of year, Ibrahim, because we're stopping for international breaks, then starting again. It's difficult to get rhythm going.
Yes, Graham, of course, it's very important for the team to prepare well, especially when there is break, because this year the season the games are very competitive, so it's not easy for the coach to prepare the team, because sometimes the breaks can create a situation where the focus or the preparation, if it's not done well, it can put so many teams in trouble. But I think with the experience that so many coaches they're able to put the right preparation for the game. So definitely what you say, it makes sense.
And it's a bit of a double-edged sword, isn't it, Pedro? Because for some teams who are playing in Champions Leagues, they kind of never stop. For other teams, they do have these long gaps. But the other side of that is that the medical teams can work on the players and hopefully people are back to full fitness for when match weeks come round.
As you said, it's a bit of a sweet flavor. You can get some players back on fitness levels, decent fitness levels. Other players will have matches. It is, of course, a different approach for each team. Teams that are not performing so well will have an opportunity during the break to try to regroup. The other teams won't, but it's part of the game nowadays. The modern game is like this, and teams will have to cope with that.
Okay, let's take a look then at what we're going to be looking at today. Let's start with the numbers, the stats, Pedro's favourite part of any Final Score show. This is what we're looking at. This is where we are now, 120 goals so far in the ADNOC Pro League. We've had nearly 50 games. Still, that average of goals per game is well over 2, nearly 2.5 now. Clean sheets, 32. We will be talking about that quite a lot in the show this week. Laba, of course, is the top scorer. When isn't he? 9 goals so far this season. Kaku assisting him. He's got 4 assists so far, and we'll be talking about both of those players as well. These are the games, though, that we're going to go through. Al Wahda against Al Naser, a real thriller at the Al Nahyan Stadium. Al Wahda had to come from behind twice during that match to get 3 points and remain unbeaten. Shabab Al Ahli, the defending champions, 2-0 win at home against Sharjah, who are struggling a little bit this season. Al Ain remain on top of the pile, 3-0 win away at Ajman. Baniyas, hooray for Baniyas, get their first point of the season, 2-2 at home to Dibba. Khorfakkan and Al Wasl ended 1-0. Al Dhafra's impressive run continues, the 3-0 win at home to Calba. And Al Jazira got 3 points with their 1-0 win at home to Al Batay. It means the table looks like this. No change in the top 2. Al Ain stay top, 2 points ahead of Al Wahda. They are the only 2 teams unbeaten so far in the league. The defending champions up to 3rd, Shabab Al Ahli, joint on 14 points with Al Wasl, who are just behind them. Al Jazira creeping up the right end of the table now. Al Dhafra and Calba, 2 really impressive starts to their seasons. That's the top of the table. If we look down the bottom, Ajman, Al Naser with another loss, Khorfakkan, Sharjah down to 11th, Al Batay, and in the drop zone, Dibba on 2 points, but Baniyas are bottom, but they do have something to cheer about. It no longer says 0 next to them in the points tally. So that's what we are going to talk about tonight. All those games, all those goals. Here's another little brief taster of what happened in match week 7. The ADNOC Pro League's 7th round of games saw 20 goals and no goalless draws, and both Al Ain and Al Wahda maintained their unbeaten status. Wahda had to fight hard to keep their record though, as they had to come back from a goal behind twice against Al Naser to win 3-2 on home soil. Al Ain had no such trouble though, comfortably beating Ajman by 3-0, and they stay in first place. Defending champions Shabab Al Ahli are third as they beat Sharjah 2-0, Sharjah now slipping down to 11th. Baniyas finally had something to cheer about. They got their first point of the season with a 2-2 draw against fellow strugglers Dibba. Fabio Lima's late equaliser meant Al Wasl got a point away at Khorfakkan, while Al Dhafra got an impressive 3-0 victory at home against Calba. The last match before the next international break was Al Jazira's 1-0 win at home against Al Batay, thanks to Banza's first goal for his new club. Lots to go through then, and we're going to start with the league leaders, Al Ain, a 3-0 win away at Ajman, a pretty comfortable win for Al Ain as well. It was good stuff watching them, Palacios, Laba and Kaku with the 3 goals. This was a very workmanlike performance, Ibrahim, wasn't it? Going away from home, getting 3 points, not conceding any goals. It is great form for the current league leaders.
Yeah, definitely. Their performances for every games are really impressive. Now the progression we can see is there now, and Coach Ivic, I feel like he could put his ideas exactly the way we wanted it into the team. So many players come back from injury, so we can see that Al Ain become a bit more stronger. So really, and I like the combination, the way how they move and how they understand each other, and even sometimes Laba being on the bench, coming in, he still scores. So it's very, very important for Al Ain. And if you remember, I told you, Graham, once Al Ain take the lead, it's usually really, really difficult for them to leave the first position. But they have the players, they have the squad, and I'm not surprised that the performances they're doing now.
Well, that's absolutely right. We have to give Ibrahim full credit there, Pedro. Before this, as we were doing our first final scores, he was saying, you know, watch out for Al Ain. I just have a feeling about them this season.
He knows a thing or two.
He knows a thing or two about football and Al Ain, of course, yeah. But he's absolutely right. They have the squad and the way they're playing, because you can have the squad, but it's whether you can get all the pieces working together. That's the key. But Ivic does seem to be doing that.
Yeah, I said it before and I say it again. When you look at this match, and it's pretty much a one-sided match, I think Al Ain improved a lot in comparison with the previous seasons in terms of their defensive solidity. And now with a new defensive line and defending much better, even as a team, it gives the opportunity for the very powerful attacking line that they had already before to thrive and to do what they are doing. Here, great organization, the way they distributed the attacking players. The Ajman defense sank a little bit too much, forgot about to mark the area, the zone just outside the box. And because, again, Al Ain was very well distributed, so good on the organized attacking play, but relying a lot on a defensive solidity that won't allow the other team to do much. And in this case, Ajman was very short on the offense, but many credits to the way Al Ain played. And you can see again the distribution of the players on the pitch, stretching on one side, open wide, and players coming in from behind, always providing opportunities. Again, here I would also, first the celebration for me, it's great also, but the fact that Al Ain has a typical striker like Lab on the box, helps the team to stretch, to push the other team against the ropes, because the central defenders will be always worried with a striker and a striker like Laba. And that, even if Laba does not score, which is not happening often, it will provide the space for players like, in this case, Kaku, to come in from behind and to score the goals they need.
But not only that, you can see also Laba being in front there sometimes he gives the volume to offensive line of Al Ain. So you can see players like Palacios, Kaku and Raimi who can arrive into the box, and they are very dangerous there. So, and I feel like the coach, the type of training he did is to build that from the back, try to reach in front, But once they reach in front, they understand each other. They know how to move, and they can make the connection and make the great finishing. And he's working perfectly with them. The chemistry, as I spoke about it before, between the 4 players in the front line is perfectly done, and that's what makes the difference.
Kaku is exaggerating, I think. Is not just the man of the match. For me, he is the player of the week, yeah, and even the player of the league up until this moment.
Yeah.
For me, he's the best player in the league right now, the best performer in the league up until this moment. Another masterclass in this match.
He is our player of the week. You know, his accurate passes are at 47 out of 49. So he's not only picking the right pass, he's making sure it's accurate and it gets to its intended target as well. Chances created 6 out of 6, you know, 100%. What is it about Kaku that's making him in such a good squad? What is making him just rise above the others?
Great player, good quality, and as a playmaker, I played in that position, so I understand exactly the type. It's not because only the quality, but the intelligence that he has, the way how he move, how he use the space. He put himself in position to receive the ball, then he can feed the offensive line. Not on top of that, he can reach into the box and to make the finishing. And what a great left leg. He has the technique. He can put any ball in any corner that he wants, and that makes also a big difference.
On top of that, Graham, I feel like that percentage of accuracy in terms of the passing, it's even more impressive if you have in mind that he's taking risks. He's not just knocking the ball sideways or backwards. No, he's taking risks. He is trying to assist someone up front. Those key passes, getting
calculated risks as well. He's not just taking risks for the sake of it.
But he's taking those risks. So he's exposing himself to the mistake. And at the same time, he has this huge percentage in terms of accuracy. He's in a great form. He's exaggerating.
But as a collective also, you have to give them credit to the entire team.
Yeah.
In the midfield, in the defense, they're doing well.
Well, that's why they are the leaders at the moment, Alain, but close behind them, Al Wahda still keeping pace with them. Pedro, you were there for this one. Al Wahda 3, Al Nassr 2. What a thriller it was. You do have to feel sorry for Al Nassr as well.
Yeah.
Took the lead twice in the game and Al Wahda came back each time. It was Toure first, then Krupski got the equaliser. I think Moussa Ndiaye then put them ahead again. Cribin equalised again. Eventually, Ruben Philippe got the winner. Great game to watch. Did Al Wahda deserve to come out with the 3 points?
They did, in my opinion, but I feel sorry for Al Nassr. Al Nassr had two different approaches. In the first half, more in the expectation, defending somehow deep and trying to break on the counter, and that paid off almost perfectly for them. They got ahead. We are just watching, and then close to the break, Al Wahda managed to equalize. But it was a tough match. In the second half, I felt like Al Nassr somehow tried to attack a little bit more. So the match was much better. It opened up. Al Nassr got ahead again, but then Al Wahda came back. Al Wahda is a very solid side right now. They are playing very well, and collectively, and again also Dusan Tadic, amazing player, helping the team a lot, and they secured the 3 points. I think it's fair.
It's tough for Al Nassr at the moment, isn't it? There's only 2 wins this season, but they haven't been beaten really comprehensively by anybody. They've always been in the match, and just some quick slip of concentration perhaps has seen them come away with nothing. I have to feel for Slavica Jokanovic, the head coach, really, because you can see what he's trying to do, but they're just not getting over the line as much as perhaps they should.
Yes, the way how I see the situation of Al Nassr, I feel like they're losing that confidence. Great team, quality players, but that confidence is missing. But you could see also the quality from the beginning of the game. They took the lead. They scored the first goal. So, but they're not lucky, as Pedro say, playing against a consistent team like Al Wahda. Put them in the situation where it was difficult for them. But they had a great game. But they were just in front of the team of Al Wahda, very solid, compact, very well organized, and but they tried, and I think also the new coach coming into the team, it's not easy for Nassr. Also, the week before that they lost they lost in the President Cup, so it's not easy for them to try to mentally. They have to be stronger. They have to be a team. They have to fight. The team spirit should be higher, And I think if the moment they will start to do that, they could make a difference.
For Al Wahda, their attacking style has changed a little bit, hasn't it? It's become a bit more varied, I think, a bit more open. They have other options that they didn't seem to have in more recent seasons.
Mobility.
Yeah.
Mobility. They are still very solid in the back as they were before, even though every now and then they make a mistake or two. That's normal, but they have been solid. I think up front, lots of mobility.
Yeah.
And Dusan Tadic and Omar Kharbin complemented themselves very well. And the way the one goes up, the other drops, they understand each other already very well, which is great as they just started playing together now. And then the wingers, they have a very good set of wingers. They can play with Diarra, Krusp, Caio can come in. Even Arnaud Pradas is not being used a lot, but he's very talented. So they have lots of options. As we said many times before during the shows, they don't have that typical striker, that typical target man, that aerial presence in the box. I feel like in some matches, eventually they will miss that. But now with Reza Gandipur, let's see if he can fit in to that role. I don't know him that well, the young Iranian striker. Let us see.
Don't forget, we spoke about it last time also, the chemistry. It's almost the similar situation with Al Ain.
Yeah.
You have Kaku in Al Ain as a number 10, Rahimi, and that connection between the offensive line. In Al Wahda, you have Tadic, the lefty also, who is the one who is giving a lot of goal and providing for the offensive line. And they understand each other very well. Facundo, Krebin, and Tadic, that combination is making a lot of trouble for most of the teams.
Okay, so the win for Al Wahda sees them up to stay in second, rather, 2 points behind Al Ain, who are leaders. So third is the defending league champions, Shabab Al Ahli, a 2-0 win at home against Sharjah. Cesar and Guillaume Bala getting both the goals. Is this more a story about Shabab Al Ahli, the defending champions, or the troubles at Sharjah at the moment? Let's focus on Shabab Al Ahli first, though. Another good win for them, defending league champions. They've had a bit of a bumpy road this season. They seem to be finding some rhythm again.
I agree with you. I think it was mostly, I'll credit Shabab Al Ahli. It was a very professional win for them. And they played in the similar style that gave them the title last season. With a big problem they have right now, it's the absence of Sardar, because he's injured. And it's a big problem for them because they are missing his characteristics. They have other players with quality up front, namely the two who scored the goal, Guilherme Bala and Yuri Cesar. But they are missing the characteristics and the quality and the goals of Sardar. In this match, they were very close. Aside from that, they were very close from the Shabab Al Ahli that got the title last season. Very competent, very solid. They have only conceded 1 goal in 7 matches. It's probably almost going for the Guinness World of Records, their defensive solidity right now. So I think if they improve in terms of their goal-scoring abilities, they will compete for the title as usual.
Okay, Sharjah, though, their woes continue. They are now down to 11th, just 2 wins this season. Let's move on then to some good news for Baniyas finally this season. They've got a point, and it was a crucial one as well, Ibrahim, against Dibba, who are struggling with them at the bottom of the league. So they had to get something out of this game of all games. We've said it so many times for Baniyas this season. They've been coming close to getting points, and then for whatever reason, they've thrown them away. What does it mean, even though it's just 1 point, what does it mean just to get that first point on the board?
Very important because they're looking for that level. Since the beginning of the season, we could see that they couldn't really make the result that they deserve to do. Because Baniyas is one of the most respected teams, actually, in Abu Dhabi. As I remember when I used to play against them, it was always difficult. You never know if you will win or lose. And it's really nice. Actually, that game, I saw a different Baniyas. There is progression, there is development, there is a team spirit. And the fighting spirit, I saw that it was completely different than the other games. And I feel like if they continue like this, it could change a lot of things in that team. And Dibba, of course, it was a very interesting game. You have action from both sides. Both teams were attacking till the last minute. And I really enjoyed that game. And I'm really happy to see that Baniyas, they're doing some progress. And I feel like the next coming games, they will do better.
One of the problems for them is Niakate. They're so reliable on him. He scored 3 of their 4 goals this season. It is a big sort of gap, isn't it, that if they can't get to the ball to Niakate, which we've talked about a lot, sometimes there's a gap between him and the midfield. If they can't get the ball to him, what are the other options for them?
They have the likes of Godwin. They have quality. They have some quality. Honestly, I don't think Baniyas is as bad as their position on the table right now, but they have been doing bad up until now. I agree with Ibrahim. I felt like in this match we saw already some signs of improvement, because mostly I feel like, having in mind what happened in the first rounds, the team is a little bit battered in terms of their confidence. They are not confident. They are not very sure of their value. And this is a rehabilitation that will take some time. They managed to have a good result for the President's Cup. And now they have the 1 point, the first point, and the first 2 goals in the league. So I believe they will improve and they will come out of this situation.
But I could see something interesting in that game. The captain, Fawaz and Shukurov, I think, they were holding, they were controlling the team, the communication, they were pushing their teammates, and this is what Baniyas need, because you feel like since the beginning of the season that leadership was missing, and the confidence, as Pedro said, they really need that. They need to pick themselves up, because Baniyas is one of the most prolific team in the NOV Pro League. So we call their nickname the Samawi. So they have to come back to that level, and they have the quality, they have the players. So I believe that the coming games, with that game that I saw against Dibba, if they continue, they might do better in the future.
Talk a bit more about Dibba before we move on. They're conceding goals. Obviously, Baniyas and Dibba are both conceding goals. But what are the mistakes that Dibba are making, especially in this game here?
Sometimes details. I don't think, when I look at Dibba, and having in mind, of course, they are a newly promoted side, they have a quality that is different from the newly promoted sides in previous seasons. But I feel like sometimes they are missing some details. Here, it was a lack of marking of the full back. So the winger, for example, did not track back Sohail Al-Noubi, and then it's a great ball by Shukurov. Also, let us credit on that. And by the way, great control here by Sohail Al-Noubi. But it's a lot due to details in general, not just in this match, but in general. Dibba is missing the details, mostly in the back. Because up front they have some firepower to hurt the opponents, but in the back sometimes they have these distractions and they make some mistakes.
Okay, draw then between Baniyas and Dibba 2-2. There's also a draw between Khorfakkan and Al Wasl. Pedro Pavlov putting Khorfakkan ahead in the 11th minute, 10 minutes from the end. Fabio De Lima saving the blushes of Al Wasl and getting a point. All square in this one. This was a very even match, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, both teams they were looking for that win, and but when you play against a team like Khorfakkan, it's never easy. And Al Wasl, of course, they're still struggling a bit lately with the result, and but I think playing against Khorfakkan is a really tough task to. It was a well-deserved. I mean, 1-1. I think is both teams. They deserve to make that result. And I feel like Al Wasl, they have more to do. Since the coach
Luis Castro,
he took over, I feel like the performance is not the same like when Milos was there. They need to do more. They need to, because the squad is there, the quality is there, but there is that extra effort. Sometimes we can see that only from Ali Salah or Fabio Lima, but the collective is not enough.
Yeah.
They need to do more.
Talk a bit about Khorfakkan. They have this brilliant passing game, don't they? The kind of interplay between them you wouldn't necessarily have expected from a Khorfakkan team, but this season they really want to play good, attractive football.
Yeah, they usually drop a little bit the lines and try to break on the counter. And when you do that, and mostly even against a team like Al Wasl, who has a huge dominance in terms of the possession, you will eventually have the space to deploy that playing style. And they took advantage of that. A match played a lot on the efficiency. Khorfakkan was very efficient. They had 2 shots, I believe, and scored 1 goal. And they managed to avoid Al Wasl to take advantage of their huge possession to create more problems. Al Wasl attacked a lot, and in that sense, Al Wasl is a very good team whenever they are in the possession. They can have the possession for a huge amount of time and hiding the ball away completely from the opponent. And then they failed to score more goals. And in this case, Khorfakkan was very, very efficient. And then with the space, they have quality. The players up front are great. The new midfielder, number 21, Abdallah, I think is also a very good adding to the team. So if Khorfakkan improves defensively, offensively, nothing to concern there.
Khorfakkan are 10th now. Al Wasl are up to 4th, but still 5 points off the top. But they're in the mix. They're in the right area of the pit of the table. Now Al Dhafra 3, Calba 0. We've been impressed with Calba this season, haven't we? Very much. But also Al Dhafra. Ibrahim, talk a bit about them. This was another great performance. Their 4th win of the season. They are really kind of going a bit under the radar, but their performances and their squad are very impressive.
Credit has to be given to Petkovic. Since he took over Dhafra, it's really beautiful to see the way how they're fighting for each game. It's something that I didn't see for a long time with Dhafra. If you remember for the preview, when we were talking about the teams, and I mentioned Dhafra is one of the teams that this season will be very difficult to play against. And they're showing it in the field. Petkovic, he could put in a team that can fight and win in any game. They have the quality, but the team spirit is the most important there, because you could see from the defense to the midfielder and the strikers, they play compact as a team, as a block. They go forward together and they come back together. And that's making the difference. And of course, having the young player, Ryan Yasalam, great quality. He can provide, he can give a lot of balls for the front line. And the connectivity, the connection between the front line is really amazing to watch.
A bit more about Petrovic, Pedro. He's our manager of the week, justifiably as well, this week as well. Expand a bit more about what Ibrahim's saying. What has he done? What has he brought into Al Dhafra? It's not just players, is it? Because like with all these things, it's getting the mix right.
They say without eggs you cannot make a good omelette, right? And he has good players.
Yeah.
Credit to the club on that. I think he mostly brought a very positive mentality, a very positive approach to the game. So they play with their abilities. Unlike most of the teams whenever they are promoted, because they usually are fragile coming in from the first division, they don't have the same players, the same experience, the same capacity as the other teams, and they usually bet more on the defensive part of the game and they try to break on the counter. No, Al Dhafra is a team that plays on the full pitch. They play from the back up until the front. They attack, and they score 3 goals against Calba, which is not any team in the league. It's one of the best defenses in the league.
Yeah.
Calba had only conceded 4 goals coming into this match, and in this match they conceded 3. Calba was not a good match. And this must be said. It was not the real Calba we saw there, but many credits to that on Dhafra.
I think Calba, they opened the game against a team of Dhafra that offensively they're very tough and very strong. If you see on the contractor, they can go very fast out. So Calba, I think the mistake that they did when they went to this game, they were too confident. So they opened the game, and the Calba that we know defensively is one of the strongest in the league. They didn't play as a team, they didn't play as a block, and I felt like most of the players, they were trying to make the difference alone. So you could see also on the field the occupation of the space. It was a lot of space between the strikers, the midfielder and the defenders. And if you give a lot of space for a team like Dhafra, obviously you will take 3 goals.
I agree with Ibrahim, and I'll add to that Calba, to me, watching the match, I felt like Calba felt like a bit surprised with Dhafra, which is not a surprise. They are doing this against everyone.
So we have Dhafra in 6th, Calba in 7th, both really having good seasons anyway. Just above them, though, in 5th now is Al Jazira, a 1-0 win at home against Al Batay, and a significant win, a significant goal as well for their new striker, Banza. It was a narrow victory, but I guess the headline for Al Jazira is we've got our new striker off the mark.
Jazira is also under rehabilitation. And in these matches, it's important is to get the 3 points. It's a very beautiful goal, by the way, a great ball from the back, and then pure striker's work here, Banza. It looks simple, but it isn't. The way he moves, the way he controls, protects the ball, and takes the shot. It's a very, very good goal. But I improved in the second half, but it was not enough. Jazira had a competent win. It was not the most beautiful match ever, but it was a solid match and enough to get the 3 points.
Ibrahim, what does it mean when you come in as the big new striker, but you haven't got goals for the first few matches, to get that first goal? How important is that?
Obviously, he has a lot of pressure because when you are coming into the team where you had one of the most dangerous strikers in UAE Pro League, I'm talking obviously about Ali Mabkoud.
Yeah.
He has a big task to cover there. So, but as Pedro said, the way how he scored that goal, you can see the experience is there. The quality is there too. But I would like to mention also the ball that Ramadan gave to him. You need to have the right technique to put the ball in exactly in the right space. And I feel like Banza, he has the quality. He was fighting a lot in that game. He was running a lot. He was creating a lot of space for the offensive line of Jazira. So his first goal, I think this will allow him to have more confidence for the coming games. Yeah. And for Bataya, I feel like it's a bit the problem is the discipline between in the play. You could see that the team spirit is not. I saw some action where some players, when, for example, one lost the ball, is trying to shout or he get angry. No, when it's like this, you play as a team, as a collective. That's how we know Bataya. A strong team. They play, they fight from until the last minute because the quality is there. Technically, they're good, they're comfortable. But when the team spirit is not there, of course, you will not make good results.
Which is why they are struggling. They are down to 12th, just a point above the relegation places. The win for Al Jazira puts them up to 5th. OK, let's look at our team of the week and all the players that we've picked to be the outstanding performers of Week 7. Pedro, take a look at this. Who stands out here that we haven't really talked about or focused on so far on Final Score?
El Haloui and Gudmundsson, the Dhafra's wingers, and also Leonard Amezimeko, the central defender. I think it's fair for them to be there because really Dhafra is impressing a lot and they are representing their club. El Haloui is a great surprise for me. It's a very good winger, doing quite well for Dhafra. Gudmundsson is already a well-known face in the region and even in the European football. And Leonard is a young man coming through. He has been in the country already for a while, but he's still very young and it's a promising central defender. I think I would highlight them.
Ibrahim, look, your old friend Ali Kasif is on our team of the week as well. He's astonishing, isn't he?
Terrific goalkeeper. And I think his experience is allowing Jazira to do well. And what a goalkeeper. And he's a great person. He gives always example, always pushing his teammates. And Jazira is very lucky to have him as a goalkeeper. But in that list, I would like to add the defensive midfielder of Dhafra, Joe. He was totally in control of the Dhafra midfield. Great technique, great way how to take the ball out and feed the offense line. Of course, also I can add Ryan Yaslam, great midfielder. We was giving a lot of ball for the offensive line, and they did a great result.
I would add, if I might, Judson, the number 9, also from Dhafra, the central midfielder, and Sultan, Calba's goalkeeper. Even though he conceded 3 goals, he had a tremendous performance against Dhafra. Otherwise, it could have been even worse for Calba.
Honorary mentions.
He's a very good goalkeeper, Sultan, right now.
All right, let's move on to what's coming up then. We've got another break in the UAE Pro League, so we're going back to cup action in the weekend ahead. The first leg of the next round of the ADIB Cup. Al Wahda are at home against Khorfakkan. Al Ain are on the road away at Sharjah. Those games on Saturday, the 15th of November. The day after on the Sunday, it's the Dubai Derby, Al Naser away at Shabab Al Ahli, Al Jazira at home against Al Wasl. Cracking games they are going to be. They're going to be terrific atmospheres. And then after the next international break, the UAE obviously playing two crucial World Cup qualifiers. We will come back with match week 8. Shabab Al Ahli are away against Khorfakkan Thursday, the 20th of November. Then Al Naser are at home to Al Dhafra. Al Naser really will be keen to get another win, but as we've just seen, Al Dhafra are playing some great football. Al Wahda are second at the moment. They are away at struggling Dibba. Sharjah could do with some points, but Baniyas now have that confidence, don't they? They are against each other at 7:30 on the 21st of November. And then on the Saturday, the 22nd, Al Batay away at Calba. Al Wasl at home against Ajman. And our match of the week will be at the Hazard bin Zayed Stadium. Al Ain at home against Al Jazira. That's always a quiet affair, I don't
Great
think
game.
so. Just some of those matches there. Obviously, the Al Ain Al Jazira, Pedro, is the big one of the week, which we will be covering. But great fixtures.
Right, that one I'll call it the Diaki Derby. Yes.
We won't ask Diaki to make a prediction that night. That's
No.
being unfair.
I'll not put him in that spot. But it's going to be a very interesting match because Al Ain is soaring high, but Jazira is rebuilding itself and creating momentum. So it will be a tough challenge for Al Ain, and let's see what happens.
Final thoughts to you, Ibrahim. With the break again, more cup action, then we go another international break and then back into it again. To maintain the momentum is quite difficult.
Yeah, Graham, it's very important to prepare always well when there is break because, for example, Al Ain, they want to keep that dynamic. They want to keep winning. So, but I don't think they will have any problem with that because they have experienced players. They know exactly how important the games are. And of course, having coach Ivic, he knows the task. He knows he wants to win his first title for Al Ain. So I think most of the team, they know how important it is to prepare very well when there is the break time because coming back, if you don't prepare well, especially with the level of the league that we have right now, it will be difficult. So, but coming back to the game, Al Ain, please don't ask me who will win.
A draw.
Get yourself in trouble.
Maybe a draw.
So the best will win probably.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Ibrahim. Thank you, Pedro, as always. And of course, thank you to you for watching. We will be back with more final score after those week 8 matches in the ADNOC Pro League. Lots is going to happen between now and then. Cup games, UAE World Cup qualifiers, lots to enjoy. But from everybody here at Final Score and Abu Dhabi Sports, good night.